When is it appropriate to brag? Because everyone knows that, also known as Ulterior Motives, has been solved. And, spoiler alert, it's from an adult film. And yes, I mean that type of adult. And I actually called it 5 months ago. So, how did it get solved, and can I avoid getting demonetized? Stay tuned, because this is the solve video for case file 44114584. Everyone knows that. If Like the Wind is the most mysterious song on the internet, then Everyone Knows That would have certainly counted as the second most mysterious song on the internet. Heck, Rolling Stone even wrote an article about it. Boy, will that be an awkward update. And I told myself in Wife of Distraction that I didn't really want to cover Everyone Knows That. It was so big and it already had numerous YouTube videos about it. If anything, I said I'd cover it at some milestone number of subscribers. And then I somewhat jokingly said, well, unless it gets solved, that is. And here we are. I'm going to summarize from the Everyone Knows That subreddit here and hopefully not step too much on Wang's territory. But before I do, a small caveat. I'm calling this solved with an asterisk, as we don't actually have a full, clean copy of this song yet, nor do we actually know the vocalist. More on that later. But for all intents and purposes, Everyone Knows That is in fact solved. Alright, so how did it all go down? Well, Everyone Knows That subreddit moderator 1truth5867 was looking for Everyone Knows That on YouTube and found a scene from an adult movie with a song that certainly sounded similar to Everyone Knows That. Then they recognized two names on that video, Christopher St. Booth and Philip Adrian Booth. Why were these names so familiar? Well, let's take a bit of a tangent. I promise I'm going somewhere with this. When you compose, produce, or sing on a song, if you're intending to make money on it, you'll want to register it, generally with a musician's rights organization. In the US, the two main musicians' rights organizations are ASCAP and BMI, and they share a publicly accessible database called Songview that is a phenomenal resource for hunting Lostwave songs. I actually use it to partially solve a song that I'll be covering soon, Edge of a Dream. And that's where this tangent is leading, as OneTruth5867 recognized the names Christopher St. Booth and Philip Adrian Booth because they had been associated with a song on Songview with the title Ulterior Motives. So that was a clear indication this was absolutely the right track to go down. OneTruth5867 recruited Redditor South Pole Ball to do the dirty job of going through the adult films these two brothers had been associated with, and before long, South Pole Ball had found a film called Angels of Passion from 1986, and all of a sudden, everything fell into place. Carl 92 had been so cagey about where he recorded this because, well, the nature of the film would certainly be a bit awkward, and while I'd love to go through the thousands of reactions this solve has received, instead I'm going to do something a bit different because, well, I called this. Here's a screenshot from December 24th, 2023 from the Find My Mind Discord. Note that it hasn't been edited, saying, and I'm going to quote myself here, I wholeheartedly believe that Everyone Knows That is from an adult film. Oh, and, that wasn't the only time I said that either. Look at this, again from Discord, from February 5th of this year. At the bottom, I said that I believe that Everyone Knows That was either a hoax or from an adult film. Oh, and, one more time. Here's more, this time from YouTube. Now, it does say edited, but hang in here because I do have proof this wasn't edited after the fact. But there it is, at the bottom. Everyone Knows That is from a softcore adult film. It explained Carl 92 being a little weird as to where it came from, and it explained the disappearing act as he'd probably not want to come back and admit he recorded it from a skin flick. Of course, I certainly wasn't the only person to believe this. Discord user Indy Jones, that's with a 3 instead of an E, mentioned a user who was insistent everyone knows that was from an adult film, and Carl92 was too embarrassed to admit it. In fact, Indy Jones also discussed it on the December 24th mention of mine, saying most people rejected this theory because it didn't sound like adult film music, which this user didn't think was fully valid. There are also comments that seem oddly accurate in hindsight, like Discord user OnlyMans saying, if everyone knows that it's from an adult film, then there's much more risk of it being unsolvable. Heck, even server admin Rain commented that adult film songs are some of the hardest songs to find. And then, well, you get the classic naysayers. So here are a few, all from that YouTube comment I showed you earlier. Keep in mind, the second theory in my comment was that everyone knows this is from an adult film. User All-Stars Pixels said that my theory seemed a bit weird. And then there's this comment, along with an edit that admittedly makes me smile, from All Works New. And I quote here, the second theory is such a stretch, I should call it Mr. Fantastic. Edit. Clearly I was wrong. I'm basking in this warm glow. You know, I'm going to sneak in one more here. A whole comment chain based off that YouTube comment of mine with Circles saying the adult film theory is crazy, and then people realizing I was right. And again, I can't help but smile at user Yellow4479 say, not so crazy now, huh? Okay. You know, this whole time I've been censoring myself, but the truth is I can't monetize this video because I don't have enough subscribers. So if you do want to give me a pat on the back, I'd appreciate you doing so by clicking that subscribe button. And of course, feel free to leave comments too, even if you feel I'm being a bit too smarmy about all this, because, you know, I might be. Alright, I think I've gotten my bragging rights out of the way. But I'm going to reiterate, the real bragging rights do go to Redditors OneTruth5867 and South Pole Ball. And expect one more update when we do get audio without disturbing moaning and learn who the vocalist on this track was. Until next time, I'm Person of Distraction, and I'm now listening to